Hey guys, welcome to Rod Chronicles episode number 17, and today you're going to kind of get a twofer. So as we're getting closer, winter's ending, spring is starting, and there's a lot of seasons that come up and a lot of things that start going on spring into summer. So obviously one of the big things on the hunting side of the world is spring turkey, spring bear. But what also starts happening is a lot of fishing starts going on, a lot of hiking, a lot of traveling along major hiking thoroughfares, Appalachian Trail, people trekking into the backcountry, and gear for those trips becomes very important. So in correlation with spring bear, getting closer and closer in a lot of parts of the country, as well as hiking. And in this one product will even be worth any backcountry hunter to have to be safe. So we're going to start with the first portion of the twofer. And we've reviewed some Slumberjack product before, but this particular pack for guys that do both hunting and some backcountry hiking. Whether you're out shed hunting, backcountry camping, backcountry fishing, pack is always the most important part of gear. So this guy right here is the Bounty 2.0 from SJK, and this pack pretty much does it all. Plenty of storage, plenty of padding, a fit for just about anybody and everybody. Removable day pack. So this pack is just shy of 6,000 cubic inches, and the pack is just an amazing pack in general, but it serves a couple purposes. So one, obviously it's a gear pack. Two, if you're a backcountry hunter and you are up in the backcountry and you have a base camp but you're going to go out every day, you don't want to have to carry a ginormous pack with you everywhere you go. So this portion becomes very important because this becomes your day pack. So this actually detaches, and now you have your shoulder straps back here. You can go out on your hunt every day from base camp and not have to carry everything you brought with you. The other purpose this serves is SJK also makes a product called the rail hauler, and the rail hauler is pretty much a meat carrier. So if you're on the backcountry, you're hunting elk, hunting mule deer, hunting moose, and bear in some cases, the rail hauler is strictly to get your game out of the field without having to carry it by hand. Puts everything on your back, and you obviously fit it to you correctly so that the weight is equally distributed across your body and makes it much easier to pack your meat out. This pack also does that. So right here, without the taking it apart here on camera, basically the pack separates from this back portion of the frame, and there is a meat shelf in it. So you can put your quarters right behind here. So now on your first trip out, you can have all your gear loaded up and at least one or two quarters or a skull or what have you, and get out of where you're at to where you're going to actually put the meat, whether it's a vehicle or back to base camp, things of that nature. So this was kind of just an impromptu because this is a pack that I use quite a bit, and more people are starting to use this pack out in the backcountry. But the reason I showed you that product was to show you this next product. So about 20 years ago, a company was started by a gentleman who loved to be in the backcountry, loved to hike, loved to hunt, loved to fish, but when you go into those places, you obviously have issues with bears. And if you're going to be there for a prolonged period of time, that means you have food. So the biggest thing to do is any person who hunts or enjoys the outdoors is to keep the bear from associating people with food, because obviously if you're in an extended stay, 5, 7, 10, 12 days in the backcountry, you're going to have food with you. So a lot of places around the country, national parks, state parks, just north of here up in New York, the High Peaks area, you must have a bear-proof container of some sort. So this gentleman was sick and tired of carrying around a hard-sided bear can. And he was not only an outdoor person and conservationist, he was also a businessman and inventor. So about 20 years ago, he invented Ursack, U-R-S-A-C-K, Ursack. So it gets the name from the Latin version of Ursa, Ursa meaning bear. So now the company is owned by a friend of ours, and the marketing and brand manager is also a friend of ours. And I explained to them, along with some other folks at SJK, that, you know, these two products could go hand in hand. And thankfully for somebody at the office at SJK, spoke to them a little bit more in depth about it, and at SHOT Show they developed something to work with that pack that I just showed you, the Bounty 2.0. But regardless of making one that fits the Bounty, they actually make a full lineup of Ursacks. So the particular one I'm going to show you is the one that they designed for that pack. So here's the Ursack. It's a soft-sided bear-resistant container or bag, and what's really cool is, one, it's easily packable. Two, it's very well built, and they are approved in most areas where bear, you know, ratings, we'll call them, where they come in and you know, go through a cooler or a bag because it's not you know, covered properly, enclosed properly, tied up properly. So these guys made it super simple to easily protect your food, keep bear out of your campsite, and not have any issues that you don't want to have. So this is the AllMitey version, which is one of their bigger versions. And what they did was they made it clippable to the front of my Bounty pack. So let me get rid of my day pack here. So here's the day pack that I was showing you before. So this actually becomes your day pack when you're out hunting from base camp. And the awesome folks over at Ursack designed this to clip directly into the buckles that I just unhooked from my day pack. So now, let's say I'm not going hunting and I don't have a need for my day pack. I can put my Ursack right on the front of my pack. It's completely sealed when I get back to base camp, or when I get to where I'm camping. I can make sure I take whatever I need out to eat that day, tie this up, hang it up from a tree, and you're ready to go. So again, unclip this, and let's say I am out hunting. Depending on how long I'm going for and how much food I need, basically I'll load up my pack here, and once I have it tied and everything's in there, I can roll this down to wherever I need to and actually put it inside my pack. So this makes it unbelievably easy to protect your food, keep bear out of your camp, and it's just a great design. So the strings are tied in here, and it's what cinches the bag closed, and it also gives you something to tie your hang-up rope off of. So once you have this, I apologize, one of my strings I pulled a little too hard before and it popped through. But basically, once I have this through and I can cinch my bag tight, you're going to take your line that you're going to hang off your tree. You're going to tie a double overhand knot in this so it's hung, keeps it off the ground. Now again, you know, any bear container or sack in this instance, if you have something that is highly aromatic, in other words, you know, you still want to hang it. Some people think, well, you know, this is going to keep bear out in general. Nothing will just keep bear out. If there's something that smells strong enough and they can pick up a smell of it, they're going to find it. But these guys just did an awesome job, and they make a bunch of different sizes, so depending on what your needs are, they will have a sack that fits your needs. This in particular one, like I said, is the AllMitey, which is a good size. You know, more than likely, unless it's a very, very long extended stay, you're using a backpack, your pantry, you know, some sort of dehydrated meal that you're basically just adding water to eat. So, you know, those little packets fit in here really well, and then obviously, you know, you may have a couple little things that are granola bars or you know, beef jerky, something to sustain you while you're walking. You know, this is a great way to do it, because one, you can roll this up, leave it right on top of your pack, roll it up, strap it to the bottom of your pack, or in my case, I can clip it to the front of my pack, and now I don't have to dig through my pack trying to find stuff. Everything, all my food items are contained in one place. So, you know, the old bear canisters that everybody, you know, had to use at some point, you don't have to use those anymore. So their little slogan on the website is really cool. It just says "kick the can." So check out ursack.com. We'll talk to you guys soon in episode 18. Hope you enjoyed it.